Hello, it's February 25th, 2014. I'm over at USA Today, and a piece written by Glenn Harlan Reynolds makes some very good points about Americans rising up against the government. Not in the future. He's not talking about a future event. He's talking about right now, and he provides three examples of pushback against the ruling class. Now, this pushback came without any violence, not a shot fired, no vandalism, nothing was occupied, but still Americans rose as one, made their voices heard loud and clear against a tyrannical government that is attempting to strip our liberties from us, liberties that are guaranteed to us under the U.S. Constitution. So let's take a look at the examples that he shows. America's ruling class has been experiencing more pushback than usual lately. It just might be a harbinger of things to come. First, in response to widespread protests last week, the Department of Homeland Security canceled plans to build a nationwide license plate database. Many local police departments already use license plate readers that track every car as it passes traffic signals or pole-mounted cameras. Specifically equipped police cars even track cars parked on streets or even in driveways. The DHS put out a bid request for a system that would have gone national, letting the federal government track millions of people's comings and goings, just as it tracks data about every phone call we make. That, by the way, is also goes against our Constitution, and I'm pretty sure the courts will catch up with it. But back to the piece, because I'm digressing here. The proposal was suddenly withdrawn last week with the unconvincing explanation that it was all a mistake. I'm inclined to agree with TechDirt's Tim Crushing, writes Reynolds, who wrote, "The most plausible explanation is that someone up top at the DHS or ICE suddenly realized that publicly calling for bids on a nationwide surveillance system while nationwide surveillance systems are being hotly debated was a horrible idea." You think? On Friday, after more public outrage, the Federal Communications Commission (FCC) withdrew a plan to monitor news coverage at not only broadcast stations but also at print publications that the FCC has no authority to regulate. The Multi-Market Study of Critical Information Needs, or CIN, pronounced SIN, involved the FCC sending people to question reporters and editors about why they chose to run particular stories. Many folks in and out of the media found it Orwellian. How this program appeared was, like the DHS program, a bit of a mystery. FCC Commissioner Ajit Pai said, "This has never been put to an FCC vote. It was just announced, but the blowback was sufficient to stop it for now." Meanwhile, in Connecticut, a massive new gun registration scheme is also facing civil disobedience. As J.D. Tussall reports, 3 years ago the Connecticut legislature estimated there were 372,000 rifles in the state of the sort that might be classified assault weapons and 2 million plus high-capacity magazines. But by the close of registration at the end of 2013, state officials received around 50,000 applications for assault weapon registrations and 38,000 applications for magazine. This is more Irish democracy, passive resistance to government overreach. The Hartford, Connecticut Current is demanding that the state use background check records to prosecute those who haven't registered. But the state doesn't have the resources, and it's doubtful juries will convict ordinary, law-abiding people for failure to file some paperwork. Though people have taken to the streets from Egypt to Ukraine to Venezuela to Thailand, many have wondered whether Americans would ever resist the increasing encroachments on their freedom. I think they've begun. Glenn Harlan Reynolds is a University of Tennessee law professor. He's the author of The New School, How the Information Age Will Save American Education from Itself. The point here is we are resisting, and when we stand as one, together, and make our voices heard, we can overcome this. Before a full-fledged revolution or civil war has to start, if people just gather, if word gets out, if somehow we can bypass the MSN, who seems to be complicit in everything that the Obama administration is doing, and other administrations before him, it's not only Obama, we can win. We can win this, we can take our country back, but we have to have a communication line. People have to spread the word. People have to get around the MSM hiding the truth from them. Thank you.